How you guys doing? My name is Steven Rosenberg. This is Ginzburg, and of course, the ever so famous Justin Krane, or as we're better known as the Bergs.
The Bergs. That's right. That's right.
This is part two. We thought the first show was done so well, and we had a lot of questions. So we wanted to actually bring to you guys a live example event. So Justin is going to go through and actually show you how to do this stuff. So Justin, why don't you take it away?
Cool. Well, thank you again for having me, guys. I'm really happy to be here with you. We're going to go through a hypothetical example of someone that's a business owner and how they can set themselves up for profits and to give themselves a paycheck. So Steven or Gene, give me a hypothetical business owner and I will go through an example and make this number stuff really click.
Okay, so you have a service-based business. You're trying to sell Snapchat geo filters.
Snapchat geo filters.
Yeah.
What is that? What is a Snap? I know Snapchat, but what's a geo filter?
So it's a form of advertising. We could do Facebook advertising too.
All right, so let's say you're a Facebook ad specialist.
Yeah, or a consultant.
Okay, so you're a Facebook.
Or a social media consultant.
All right, we'll do social media. Can you see my screen okay?
I sure can.
Okay, social media consultant. All right, so let's pretend that your monthly sales, so you need to know what your monthly sales are. Monthly sales. Mm-hmm. Your monthly sales are, which I'm assuming that everyone here knows, but you got to know what your monthly sales are in business. Let's pretend that they are $7,000.
Okay.
Now, what you also need to know is you need to know what your monthly living expenses are. So your living expenses are the things like your rent, right? Food.
Is this for the business or personal?
I'm so glad that you asked that, Steven, because as a money strategist, all of this stuff ties together, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Your personal monthly living expenses, rent, food, utilities, travel. Like, I'm just throwing it all in. And let's just pretend that all in, it's $3,500. Now, I know that might be a little low, but whatever. So we now know that you need to pull out $3,500 from your business to live. Mm-hmm. Right? Now, we always want to make sure that our profits in our business are at least 10% or more of sales. So that profit number needs to equal $700, which equals this times this. Now we're at 700. Now, we now have some numbers that we need that we can work with. So I'm going to move this stuff down here, kind of get it out of the way, bring it all the way down here, and we'll go all the way down here. All right. The next thing that we have to deal with is taxes. Now, I know you're probably like, God, I don't want to deal with taxes. But hey, people, if you're paying taxes, you're making money. So let's roll with it. Mm-hmm. Most of the time, CPAs are going to want you to set aside 20% of sales for taxes. Now, that could be 10%. It could be 30%. But it
could be 36% if you live in Illinois.
Well, no, I'm not talking about your income. I'm talking about your sales.
Gotcha.
This is where yeah. But if we just take 20% of $7,000, you're at 1,400.
Okay.
Right. So now we know with this calculation, we've got $7,000 minus 3,500 minus 1,400 minus 700. We now know that we have $1,400 for business expenses.
Correct.
This is what I'm talking about. This is what 99% of the business owners that I deal with, they don't know. They don't know what they can afford. So now we put in 1,400. So now, in this hypothetical example, I would ask a business owner, are you spending more than $1,400 in your business? And if you are, you're going to have massive cash flow problems. You're going to have profit problems. So if you are, let's pretend that you're spending $2,000 in your business. This number here needs to come down by 600. This would have to be 2,900. This would have to be 1,900. Your taxes aren't really going to go down that much. And you always want to make sure that you have a profit first of at least 10%. So this is where people get tripped up. They don't know this number here. They don't know their business expenses. And what happens is they're taking big risks that don't work.
Yeah, they don't compute out.
and
So
they're losing money.
I think this sounds great. So maybe this is where the strategy part of you packaging things differently to help people sell them comes into play.
Correct. Because
So
yeah,
yeah,
just like you're saying, like your business expenses could be 1,900 in this example. I'm just making it up.
of course.
Maybe this 1,900 you're hiring as a social media consultant. You're hiring a VA. Maybe you're doing your own Facebook ads. Maybe you're I don't know, you're sponsoring something. But now what you can look at is you're like, oh, this $1,900 that I'm spending, what's the ROI on the VA? What's the ROI on the Facebook ads? And what's the ROI on sponsoring?
And what
I'm
fat
saying,
can we trim?
yeah, and then like, okay, well, maybe 2 prices would be better, right? 2 prices in your offerings. A lot of times when people hire VAs, there's no ROI on a VA because a VA just frees up your time. But whose responsibility is it now with that extra time to go make money? It's you, the business owner. So there's a lot of things that come into play when you're trying to really build a profitable business. And the most important thing that I can say for anyone listening is just you have to start where you are at, not where you want to be. Making more money is not going to solve the problem. Being more profitable based on where you're at will. It's going to force you to make some really, really hard decisions.
I like that.
But you got to work with where you're at, not where you want to be.
Sure. The one thing I was going to say is, do you have a spreadsheet like that, that you can share with people, so that way you have all of your expenses and all of your income, and then people just plug in their numbers and then they can see exactly what they're. I think that would be extremely helpful, like a free little Excel spreadsheet that people.
It's like a P&L statement.
Yeah.
Yeah. What I've done here is I've combined cash flow and P&L, because when you pull money out of your business, like when you log into like B of A, right, and you're just like moving money from your business account to your personal account, that draw or that money that you move from account 1 to account 2 is not a business expense. You can't deduct money that you take out of your business. You can deduct a salary, but when you're just moving money from account 1 to account 2, that's not a business expense. So what I'm doing here is I'm actually asking people to add back in their personal expenses into their business expenses, because it's the same cash that they're going to be using to pay their bills. They're going to have to pull that out of unless their spouse is bringing in all the money or they have $4 billion in the bank account. So do I have a spreadsheet? Yes. It's somewhere in my bag of tricks. But if people either want to reach out to me or go to cashflowgift.com and then reply, I can get that to them. And it's a lot of the stuff that I do, but I hope this is shedding light on what you're trying to teach people when they grow their businesses around their money, is to just run a profitable business from where you're at.
Yeah, that's extremely important, of course. If you don't run a profitable business, then you're out of business. So what's the best way for our audience to get in touch with you? Cashflowgift.com.
That's the same URL. In there, I go through more of these exercises of what people need to do to actually run a profitable business. I go through calculations in real steps and real examples. And for those of you listening, just Facebook message me and I'll reach out to you and I'll go through this stuff with you and I'll send you the tool that you'll need.
That's awesome. Thank you very much, Justin. Anything else you wanted to add, Stephen, before we close out for the day?
No, I mean, I thought that was excellent. I really appreciate you taking time to be on the show.
No problem. Well, thank you guys so much for having me. You're amazing.
Thanks. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you'll continue to get involved and join us as we help you find success in your entrepreneurial journey. Please follow, like, and share with others who will find this beneficial. We'll see you on the next episode of Marketing Success in Under 10 Minutes with Stephen and Gene.